We're all guilty of overpacking. Tray and canopy set up, you can jam everything in there and the kitchen sink. And look, you may never use half the stuff and it's so heavy. So the cruiser and I are on a mission to lose a bit of weight. We've sold the canopy, we're waiting for a new one. In the meantime, we're camping out of the tray. We've gone lightweight. We've shed so many kilos. We've still got the kitchen sink, but we're super comfy. Let's dig into what we bring with us right now. So we've finally sold the canopy. The tray's on the chopping block. This will be one of the last times you see the tray on the channel. It's going. It's a bloody brilliant tray, but it's so heavy. It's farm spec, it's going, it's out the window. Now, what that means is while we're waiting for our new XTS tray and canopy to arrive, we've been camping just out of the tray, back to basics. I've got in the Dometic swag, the Air swag. I tell you what, it is that comfortable. This is how comfortable that bloody swag is. I've given my rooftop tent to Andy to put on his car. I doubt, I might, don't hold me to it, but I don't think you'll see a rooftop tent on a canopy for a wee while. I'm thinking about doing something else, which I'll tell you about in a future episode. In the meantime, we've gone really lightweight. We've gone camping a handful of times now after we sold the canopy, and I am just loving the lightweight, basic, I wouldn't say that basic maybe setup, just stuff that still makes you comfortable, but you're not in a big heavy canopy, especially on the beach. Like when we were on Morton a couple of times ago, I was getting the skids real bad because I was so heavy, and you're really wary about going down some of those off-camber drops down, you know, from the high where the erosion's been down. I was really nervous. We just came back from Morton last weekend. I was up and down these things. I was loving it because I'm lightweight now. So let's talk about everything we bring with us, because we're not doing it tough. We're still camping in beautiful comfort, but we're very lightweight. So the way we're going to do this, we're going to break it down into categories. We're going to have sleeping, cooking, recovery, tools, and extras. So first up, we're going to start with sleeping. All right, so as I said before, I've ditched the rooftop tent, I've given it to Andy, and I'm in what I like to call my air inflatable era. I've got the hots for anything air inflatable. So I'm just loving how compact a lot of these things now pack up without poles in it. I do have a little pump that pumps it all up, so it's very, very convenient. First thing we're going to talk about, we've got the Dometic Pico. That's the two-man swag. It's the big swag. It's got an inbuilt mattress in it. Now, I've been sleeping in this for about a month and a half now when we go away. And look out for a review on this really soon, because I absolutely love it. It does have a couple of flaws, but I absolutely love it. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Going over the top, well, actually what it sits on, first of all, is the Darche. So this is the XL double stretcher. Now the reason this one is quite heavy, I will do a review on this when we do the swag, but the good thing about this is it doesn't have that pull down the middle. It is ridiculously comfortable when that is paired with that. It is the best night's sleep. It's nearly better than sleeping at home, which is kind of why I don't see me having a rooftop tent anytime soon, because these two together are just brilliant. And if you're in the one spot for a while, you don't have to pack it up every day. You can just leave everything set up. Over the top of that, we've got the Quest 3.5 meter air gazebo. Now look at the size of this. This packs down really small too. Comes with a couple of walls. The walls are extra, but I got a couple of walls with it. So this all goes above the swag. Keep everything, even if it's not raining, keeps the sun off you, keeps the dew off the middle of the night. The swag remains nice and dry. I bought an SUP, one of those stand-up paddle boards, inflatable pump that does everything. So, and that's just rechargeable via a USB-C plug. It's got a little lithium battery in it. Job's done. And the only other thing that I have is this Sun's Adventure 4x4 bag is full. It's the right shape. It's full of sand pegs, screw-in pegs. I normally put my impact in there with a 19mm socket on it to drill those pegs in and out with. Guy ropes, anything to peg stuff down is all in there. So this is my entire sleeping setup. Way lighter than a rooftop tent, and I can choose what bits I want to take with me, because when I get my new awning, my new canopy, it will have the new awning on it. So I might just take the swag and the stretcher and not worry about this. Who knows? Sleeping. Now camping wouldn't be that much fun for us if we didn't have something to eat and have something to drink. And look, planning your meals is probably the biggest tip I would give you. Just throwing stuff into the cooler or throwing stuff in the back of the car into a box and hoping that you'll have enough food. It's probably not the right way to do it. What we have found is pre-plan your meals, even pre-prep some of them. Like if you did like a spaghetti bolognese or something, you cook it up at home, put it in a Tupperware container into the cooler. All you have to do then is heat it up when you get to camp. Something really easy like that. Pasta is really easy to cook too. In saying that, what we've found recently, we're not eating many lunches when we go camping because you tend to have a bigger brekkie and you're doing stuff all day and all of a sudden it's 5 o'clock and you're like, right, couple of sundowners, let's get dinner going. So this is what we bring camping with us at the minute without the 12 volt setup. The Dometic Recon cooler. This is just as good as it gets in my opinion. It's got all sorts of accessories you can put onto it. There's stubby holders, there's the faucet, there's all of these things you can put in there. It keeps ice for days, there's trays, there's chopping boards. It's just, that's where the beer goes, that's where the milk goes, that's where the steaks go, that's where everything goes, and you can depend on it. Now, we don't really cook with gas anymore because, honestly, I love cooking over a fire. Bag of wood, the Osprey grill, and a good old fry pan, cast iron fry pan, and you're away. Some salt and pepper, some olive oil, knives and forks, life's good. Cup of coffee in the morning with some sachets in a 12 volt kettle, off we go. All on the Big D. Now, Stratus Outdoors, I bought this, I don't know, January of this year, along with the 2 side tables. This one has a sink in it, so you can still do your washing up. This is 900 mils high. You can prepare all your food on it, you can do your washing up on it, and you can sit and eat on it. It is honestly one of the best things I've bought recently. Not sponsored by Stratus, but love that table. And that's the cooking, what we take with us. All right, let me just break into this episode for a second. There's some really exciting news. The latest round of Mud Mods and Beers merch is on the website, mudmodsandbeers.com.au. Jump in, grab yourself one of our t-shirts. They actually go really well with beer around the campsite, so I've been told. mudmodsandbeers.com.au. Now, one of the most important things that you must always take with you, and you can never ever leave behind thinking you won't need it, is recovery gear and a toolkit, because you never ever know when you're going to need these things. We got a recovery bag here. It's got kinetic snatch strap rope, it's got winch strap, it's got tree trunk protector, a couple of gloves, soft shackles, recovery ring, everything we need to get us out of trouble. Also in the front of the cruiser is a 1,200 pound Scout Carbon Pro winch as well. So, and MaxTrax. Don't forget about the MaxTrax. We take this on every trip because you never know when you're going to need it, whether it's for you, you're helping somebody else out on tracks or on the beach. If the tide's coming in, you want to make sure that whoever you're helping, or if it's your car, you want to get out. You want to be able to make sure you recover yourself properly and safely. So always pack a good recovery kit and the MaxTrax. And look, something like this, a little toolkit that's got, you know, most of the basic tools you will need to do some sort of a MacGyver bush mechanic out there and get yourself out of that situation into the nearest town and get your car fixed, which is one of the reasons we love driving the Toyotas and the Cruisers. Is no matter where you go, you're hopefully going to find parts for these things. They're just so easily fixable, not that they break too much. All right, the extras category, stuff that just couldn't fit into all the other categories that we've done. Let's start at the front. A couple little easy ratchet straps and bungee straps that are good for when you're tying a tarp down or tying your awning down. They stretch so it doesn't break the rope or pull the peg out of the ground. This is one of those Hexa-Tarp things. Now, I saw it online on Amazon. I think it's called Nature Hike maybe. It won't be coming back again. It was one and done. It was a bit lightweight for what we needed and just flapped too much. And every morning when we woke up, it was on the ground. So probably won't be coming back. A fan with a light on it hangs from the roof of the Swag. This is brilliant. Obviously you don't need it in the winter months, but big fan of that. I took it to Morton last weekend and I didn't charge it up at all. And I think it's still on 75%. Happy days. Survival kit, you need this. Snake bites, anything else that goes wrong on campsite. This has got every conceivable thing in it that will help you to get out of trouble should you get in it. Jump starter pack, just in case. Dual kit, so hot waters, showering, toilets, all that sort of stuff. Double ensuite tent. The all-in-one hot water system. This one's called the Hot Tap Go. Big fan of that. Through to, obviously, you need to be sitting down. Nice big comfortable chair and a nice footstool, and you're so comfortable in front of the campfire. And last but not least, Starlink, because if you can, why not? Don't have it on much, especially without a 12 volt. I can hook it up to my battery, start the car, download my emails or whatever I need to do and turn it off again. So a nice luxury just to have if you need it for peace of mind. You're not worrying what emails have come in. Those are all the extras. So look, one of the main reasons we did this was because we got rid of the rooftop tent after we got rid of the canopy. The center of gravity was just way too high with all the weight. This is a big heavy tray, as I've said before, so it was just really wallowy. and it's lowered the center of gravity by at least 1 meter, and it's just so much nicer to drive now, be it on the tracks or on the beach. And you know, when Andy and I went to Lithgow last year and we did this sort of camping because we wanted to do the harder tracks, I actually really enjoyed it. It was so lovely to not have everything with you and just be so heavy, and just, you know, the fuel, especially with the fuel price at the minute, the fuel consumption was up through the roof. When you're lightweight, it's just, I don't know, I'm just really enjoying having everything that we need. Don't worry, we're not just taking the minimum with us, we're taking what we want to take with us, but we're still ultra lightweight compared to what we were. We don't take things like canopy. Well, the canopy we don't take because we don't have it anymore. I don't take the rooftop tent. I probably don't take a lot of stuff that I used to take that I thought I might need. You just don't. If you were going away for just a weekend or just an overnighter, you wouldn't take a lot of this stuff, but it's still, when it's all packed, it still kind of sits neatly in the tray. It doesn't bulge up too much. I just put the big tray cover over the top of it and we're done. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments if you bring anything similar, if you're enjoying the basic camping, or you're the type of person that goes out and just has everything, and you know, the pros and cons of both, because there will be, and this might not be for everybody, it might not be for anybody. I'm really enjoying it at the minute. I think when I get my new Train canopy, I'll definitely be back in the canopy, but without the rooftop tent, and a lot of this stuff will easily fit in the canopy, and I will still be nice and lightweight, because the Train canopy, as I've said before in an earlier video, will weigh less than this tray weighs, so I'm still going to be ridiculously lightweight. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to subscribe, it really helps us out, and we'll see you in the next one.